You've probably heard about Tucson's stunning saguaro cacti, our dry desert heat, and of course the University of Arizona Wildcats. But Tucson is full of surprises, and as a born and raised Tucsonan, I'm here today to do a deep dive. Hey everyone, it's Kimberly, your go-to real estate agent in Tucson, Arizona, and today we are talking about Tucson's dirty little secrets and everything you should know about Tucson before you move here. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already, and you'll get to follow along with me and all my juicy Tucson news and learn more about things to do and see and know about this city, my hometown. And when you or anyone you know is selling or purchasing a home in Tucson, all my contact information is in the description below each video on this channel. And for those of you who like binge watching, we have over 800 videos out about Tucson and real estate on this channel. So let's start with the big one, Tucson's summer heat. Everyone knows it gets hot here, but living with it is a whole other story. We Tucsonans have adapted in some pretty creative ways. We plan our vacations to escape the heat, but when we're here, it's all about keeping cool. Our air conditioners are our best friends, and we're always on the lookout for shady spots to park. We do all of our outdoor stuff early in the morning, gardening, walking the dog, you name it, so we can avoid the midday scorch. And let's talk about our homes. Most of us avoid living in homes with west-facing backyards because that afternoon sun can turn your backyard into an oven. We love well-insulated homes, and having a garage or carport is a big plus to protect our cars from the relentless sun. But here's something you might not know. Tucson can get pretty chilly in the wintertime too. We see freezing temperatures and even a bit of snow once or twice a year. It's like a mini winter wonderland for about a half a day, and then it's back to sunshine. So don't throw away that winter coat yet. You'll probably throw it on in the morning during the winter time. Just don't be surprised if you're in flip-flops by the early afternoon in the same day, because that's a thing here too. Next up, let's talk about the food. Tucson is a foodie paradise. We were the first U.S. city to be named a UNESCO City of Gastronomy back in 2015, and for good reason. Our food is a delicious mix of Latin and Southwestern flavors that you won't find anywhere else. And hey, in 2023, Travel and Leisure ranked us as the 6th best food city in the U.S., right up there with heavyweights like New York and New Orleans. So what is our must-try dish? It's gotta be the Sonoran hot dog. A hot dog wrapped in bacon, served on a soft bolillo-style bun, and piled high with beans, onions, tomatoes, and jalapeno salsa. We have some amazing pizza spots, fantastic ramen places, great burger and wing joints, and of course, some of the best Mexican food you will find in all of the US. The list doesn't end there, and I'll have to direct you to the restaurant videos on our channel to explore Tucson's food scene. As for drinks, try a prickly pear tea, or if it's after 5 p.m., grab a prickly pear margarita, or join me sometime for brunch and my personal favorite, a prickly pear mimosa. If you want to try some award-winning drinks from award-winning bartenders and chefs, visit Nana's Kitchen and Zio Pepe for signature cocktails and tell them the YouTube channel sent you. Moving on from food, living in Tucson means getting up close and personal with some pretty cool desert wildlife. But don't be fooled, these animals aren't all cuddly. You want to keep your distance from javelinas, especially if they have their babies with them, and definitely steer clear of rattlesnakes and Gila monsters. Many Tucson homes have brick walls or chicken wire to keep out the unwanted critters, especially snakes. I personally don't mind the non-venomous snakes. They actually help keep the rattlesnakes in check, as well as the rodent population, but I'm always cautious with pets and kids in the yard. And did you know that Tucson is a bird watching paradise? We've got an incredible variety of birds here. Plus, if you're around at the right time of year, you might spot one of our giant sluggish toads. And yes, we have the creepy crawlies too. Lizards, scorpions, spiders, and even pack rats. They can be a real headache if they start nibbling on your car's wiring. Now let's get into something that I really like to nerd out on, the Tucson real estate scene. Our real estate market is as diverse as the city itself. We have historic homes in Midtown Tucson, new construction all over the suburbs, cozy condos in the foothills, and custom builds all over the city and surrounding areas. We are also starting to get more multi-generational homes popping up, which is very popular for growing families and those who want their college-age children to stay at home, or for their parents or other friends to move in with them. The best part is that Tucson real estate is still more affordable than many other major US cities. Our market is competitive, but there are still plenty of opportunities for buyers and investors. But what about cost of living. Tucson still offers a relatively low cost of living compared to other places in the Southwest. Housing is a big part of that. We've got options to fit almost any budget, whether you're renting or buying. But we all know it's not just about the housing. Groceries, utilities, and even entertainment are generally more affordable here too. And property taxes, they're lower than in many other parts of the country, which is a big win for homeowners. Tucson gives you a lot of bang for your buck, making it an attractive place for everyone from young professionals to families to retirees. We have a recent video on this channel about the cost of living, so check that one out after this one. Just like most places, Tucson's architecture has changed throughout the years, and it's really evident when you compare older Midtown or Catalina Foothills homes to our newer and growing suburbs. For example, we don't have a lot of older two-story homes in the city, mainly because the way they used to insulate homes made it more difficult to keep higher homes cooler in the summers. Plus, taller homes can block our stunning mountain views. So Tucson's older homes built prior to the 1990s or so are often going to come with lower ceilings and one story, but with a lot of character packed into that one level, generally with larger lot sizes, probably a brick exterior. Also, most homes built prior to the 1990s in Tucson do not have a homeowners association, whereas the homes built in about the last 30 years or so generally do come with HOAs, and those homes are more likely to be frame stucco and sometimes come with smaller yards. And as we've mentioned, those homes are more likely to have higher ceilings, sometimes vaulted ceilings, and sometimes two stories as well. As for the style of home itself here in the Tucson area, we're probably a little bit different from where you're moving from. If you're looking for a 4,000 plus square foot mansion, you might have a tough time finding it. They are out there and they are kind of more in the luxury category, but Tucson homes typically range from more like 1,500 to about 3,000 square feet. And we tend to grow out rather than up. You'll see a mix of flat roofs, tile roofs, saltillo tile floors, and lots of Southwestern and Mexican influences in our architecture. And when it comes to landscaping, we're all about xeriscaping. That means decorative rock, desert plants, and minimal grass to keep those water bills in check. Now let's talk about what really makes Tucson special, and I'm talking about the people and the culture. Tucson is the second most populated city in Arizona, with about 550,000 residents in the city and about 1 million if you include the surrounding areas. Our median age is 34, so we're a bit younger than the average American city, and with 44% of our population being of Hispanic heritage, Tucson is a vibrant, culturally rich place to live. The Hispanic culture is very evident in our food and art scene here for sure. We're also a laid-back, friendly bunch who love the arts, love the outdoors, and of course our food. We're not fancy or pretentious. Think more tacos than martinis. Our culture is all about community, celebrating our roots, and enjoying the simple things in life. And yes, you might even spot a cowboy or two. It's part of Tucson's charm, which is awesome. Finally, let's talk about something practical, our roads and monsoon season. Tucson is pretty spread out, so depending on where you live, you might be driving quite a bit to get from point A to point B. But here's the thing, our roads aren't exactly known for being the smoothest. We don't have many freeways, and while that means we keep our mountain views intact, it also means you'll hit some bumps along the way. Literally, many bumps. Monsoon season is another thing to be aware of. It's our summer storm season, and while the storms can be short, they can also be extremely intense. If you're driving during a monsoon, be careful. Visibility drops fast and roads can flood quickly. Never drive into a flooded wash. It's dangerous, it's just not worth the risk. And if you're flying in and out of Tucson during a monsoon season, buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. I hope this gave you a better picture of what life is really like here in Tucson. Whether you're planning to visit or move here, I'm sure you'll find something to love about this city. If this video was helpful, please show the channel some love by hitting the like and subscribe buttons so we can explore more of Tucson together in future videos. And if you're a Tucsonan with something to add, drop your tips in the comments. If you're thinking about purchasing or selling real estate in the Tucson area, I would love to assist. All my contact information is in the description below this and the other 800 videos on this channel for more tips and insights about my hometown, where I talk all about Tucson and real estate. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next Tucson video or when we go to buy or sell a home together.